What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants. Hey, look, it's Christmas morning. Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm home relaxing. This is my chill spot when I want to do videos a lot of times. When I have people in the house, especially because everybody they always need something to want to talk. Like, don't you see me filming? Oh, I'm sorry. Could you go to the store and get, so it's holidays. And everybody's up early, and So let me get into this video, you guys. The excuses started after the fight. Wilder versus Parker. Now I'm going to give you the latest excuse as to why Deontay Wilder lost the fight to Joseph Parker. I've seen at least 15 thumbnails. I remember counting 15 that said the real reason why Deontay Wilder lost to Joseph Parker. These people are all pro Wilder channels, so the excuses just like, I'm not even. Now, Talk Sport has a article, and I'm going to check the video. Okay, check for a video. But Frank Warren said, okay, so I'm pretty sure the video will be out soon. He said to the cast of Talk Sport that Shelly Finkle came to him before the Wilder fight happened, the night of, right, backstage, and said Wilder had pre-fight issues. So what the excuse is, Shelly Finkle told Frank Warren, is that Deontay Wilder said he stayed in the cryo chamber for too long. Now, if you don't know what the cryo chamber is, I'm going to read the description to you, but it's like the equivalent somewhat of like taking like the ice bath. If you ever seen people go in these cryo chambers, they look like big refrigerators. You walk into it, and basically they tell you not to stand there longer than 4 minutes. Okay, well, let me read this to you, and then I'm going to pretty much give my take. Now, so this is what this says about this cryotherapy. Workout experts say that recovery is a critical component of any successful workout program. However, workout enthusiasts will tell you that recovery can be a tricky process that can be hard to achieve at times. Fortunately, there always seems to be a new method that ensures a quick and more comfortable recovery. Today, the talk is centered on cryotherapy as an effective recovery method that suits almost everybody. But what is cryotherapy and how does the cryo chamber work? Read on to find out. Okay, I could have skipped that. Okay, so what is cryotherapy? In simple terms, cryotherapy can be described as cold therapy for your skin and body. Whole body therapy is one of the most common types of cryotherapy that involves exposing your entire body to temperatures that range between 100 degrees Celsius and 160 degrees Celsius. For unique therapeutic purposes, the procedure usually takes place in a unique chamber referred to as the cryo chamber. So what happens when you step into that chamber to undergo the cold therapy? How does the cryotherapy chamber work? When you step into the cryotherapy chamber, your body undergoes some sort of transformation. When you step into the chamber, the temperatures drop drastically to unimaginable lows. For a few minutes, however, the treatment and recovery process is quite straightforward. When you step into the cryo chamber, the temperatures drop as low as 160 degrees Celsius using your hybrid system combining the cooling power of liquid nitrogen and electricity. Once the temperature drops, you are expected to remain in the chamber for at least 3 minutes before you step out scientifically. This is concentrated and localized treatment method that is quite effective and more comfortable than jumping into an ice bath. Okay. Once you step inside the chamber, the dry cold penetrates through your skin, causing your body temperatures. Okay, I couldn't see that. It's causing your body temperature sensors to send a quick signal to your brain, which triggers a flight or fight response. Blood flow. When your brain sensors sense the extreme cold, it causes blood to flow to the torso to insulate and protect all the vital body organs. Once you step out the chamber, a lot of oxygenated blood starts to rush. Okay, the screen is doing that little flicking thing up and down. Blood starts to rush to the body organs, which help the healing process in theory. This makes sense, and that is what most people believe that happens. So they believe that's what happens, not 100% sure. Although this recovery method is still relatively new in the UK, it has been used since the 1970s in Japan. Some people who suffer from severe joint pain, rheumatoid arthritis, and even depression claim the whole body cryotherapy help in alleviating their symptoms. Athletes also claim that cryotherapy helps to improve their performance since it speeds up muscle recovery. Various studies have also proven that cryotherapy has an overall positive effect on soft body tissues and tend to slow down muscle soreness. Find out all of the benefits of whole body cryotherapy here. Listen, so we get the gist of why he was in this cryo chamber. Now, let me just say, in my opinion, this is nothing but a pitiful attempt to start an excuse just in case Wilder lost his fight. The fact that it came from Shelly Finkle's mouth to Frank Warren, what's the purpose of making this known? So when he lose, oh, I told you so? So, but Wilder didn't say it. No, you're exactly right. Wilder didn't say it. Wilder sat there on a separate video, on his own little video that he recorded himself, and said, I don't know what was wrong with me, man. My timing was off. I just, I don't know, man. Like, I just, yeah. I guess somebody put the hoojuice back on him. I guess his water was poisoned again. Maybe his sparring partner hit him with an egg weight. I don't know. But I'm not trying to hear none of these excuses. See, let's go back to when Serafina said that, Joey DeWaco called her and told her, hey, listen, tell Jarrell Miller he ain't got nothing to worry about. Like, I just concussed Anthony Joshua. Every Wilder fan, Deontay Wilder himself, people in general said something wasn't right with AJ. But what they tried to tie it into was, oh, he was scared, he was nervous, and all this nonsense. AJ made no excuses, and even in getting defeated in that fight, he managed to at least drop Ruiz in that fight, and we seen how it happened. His punch resistance, nothing was right. AJ never once made an excuse. AJ never said nothing about anything. He just said the better man won. I was nothing wrong. He didn't want to even get into all that. He never talked about it. But Serafina definitely said it. Joey DeWaco admitted it. Okay. Anthony Joshua never denied it. He didn't. He just basically said, look, I was fine. Basically, he just never got it. But at the end of the day, he stuck to the better man won. So now every time Deontay Wilder loses a fight, there was something wrong. So I guess he goes by the Teofimo Lopez Sr. theory. The only way they can beat my son is if something ain't right. So the fact that Wilder didn't sit there and say, people, I went into this cryo chamber and I stayed in it too long. I mean, for somebody to say, yeah, but if he would have said that, he'd have got blasted. Not by his fans. No, they just be making videos saying, nah, Champ said that he was in the cryo chamber too long, and they just sat there and read the description and tried to, yeah. That's what they would have did. He said he don't know what was wrong with him. So the fact that Shelly Finkle said it, well, who cares? Nobody cares. Shelly Finkle's just an old promoter, right? So, yeah, but no. I'm hearing everything from these Wilder fans. I'm hearing everything from people who don't want to be wrong, who hate the fact that they predicted Wilder to knock Joseph Parker out, and that didn't happen. All I'm hearing is everything except for, hey man, Joseph Parker did an excellent job. So no. Basically, Deontay Wilder didn't fight Joseph Parker. He fought a cryo chamber. From what you put in your body, what you put on your body, okay? How you treat your body. You've been doing this long enough, and this is part of your professionalism, okay? We had Hannah Gabriel say she rubbed some cream on her dog, and the cream that she put on her hands, that's what was in her system. Why didn't you put gloves on? We don't know what happened with Alicia Baumgartner. All we know is they said she failed the test. Now she's back on video talking about fighting Clarissa Shields and Katie Taylor and all these people. So we don't even know what happened with her. Conor Benn went from saying he took a lady's fertility drug. Basically, that's what was discovered in the system, to he ate 30 eggs. For Deontay Wilder, who stood there at the end of that fight and raised his hand, shaking his head as if he won the fight, shows you he's delusional. He's really not right in his head, man. And the fact of the matter is, even if he stayed in this cryo chamber for too long, whose fucking fault was that? Ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't want to hear that bullshit. That's your stupidity. That's like a dumbass fighter who knows he has a fight Saturday. For some stupid reason, he wants to spar Thursday. Nah. Then goes in and get cut, injure himself, or what? Nah. That's your stupidity. So what? Let's say he stayed in that cryo chamber for fucking 2 days. So what? That's his fucking stupid fault. And the people around him. That goes to show you that this dude has a bunch of yes men around him. No one has the heart to stand up to him. Because they tell you, and that's one thing I do know, not to stay in there longer than 4 minutes. So what the fuck was he trying to accomplish? Was he in there because he's stressed out? He's depressed? Was it the sore joints? Sore muscles? Like, what was it? I don't know. I really don't care. The reality is he got his ass whooped, and that's all I care about. That's all I'm going by. I don't care about none of this shit. It's just this we went through a whole fucking 2 years, damn near, this motherfucker and his people talking all this shit about Fury cheating him and all these excuses. He has a dent put in his head, all this shit. We already know what time it is with Fury. He said he want to catch a body in the ring. He been saying it. He said he's going to send Fury to his maker just to end up coming to the press conference with headphones on, refuse to talk. Then he comes to the fight, gets his ass knocked out. Then he says he's going to go to his grave knowing Fury cheated him and talked all this shit, talked about getting him out the sport just to see him, smile at him, hug him, tap his little bird-ass chest, and then proceed to talk shit when he's no longer face-to-face with him in a different location on camera. Same shit he does with AJ. So when I look at his actions and I hear shit like this, yeah, that's to his defense. That's what his little minions are going to run to his rescue by saying, well, he didn't say it, Finkle said it. So what? That's one of those things that you go, hey, keep this shit between us. Why would you have to even feel the need to do that, though, right? Why would Finkle go to Frank Warren and say anything? What were they going? Were they considering stopping, not letting them go out there and fight? I doubt that. I doubt that. Man said he want to go out on his sleeve, right? He fired Mark Breland for throwing the towel in, right? And poisoning his water. And hanging out with the other side and all this shit. Yeah, right. So just saying, what would Shelly Finkle, what would his purpose be for speaking that to Frank Warren? And why would Frank Warren feel the need to make mentions of this to talk sport? See, again, this is nothing but a bullshit attempt to try and make the excuse. That's all it was. In fact, I want to do this, but they probably would, copyright the video nonsense or flag it for the copyrights or whatever. So if you haven't seen it, type in whatever search, Deontay Wilder pre-fight warm-up backstage or something like that before the Parker fight or something. I want you to see how off balance he looks, the sloppy footwork, the sloppy movement, the super slow feet, the weak little punches he's throwing. I mean, when I'm looking at him, I'm like, and I didn't see that before the fight. No, I did actually see that before the fight. I paid attention to it more afterwards. But I did see it, and I was like looking, just shaking my head, like, look at this dude's form. Look at like everything, his balance, everything. Wilder trying to fight a style that doesn't suit him. It's still, for people who think that, Wilder should go back to what got him to the dance, well, Mark Breland's no longer there. Okay, and to be honest, guys, what got him to the dance was fighting weak opposition. That's what got him there. Okay, and even though he wouldn't listen to Mark Breland, well, Malik Scott definitely isn't a better trainer than Mark Breland was. But at the end of the day, and I say that based on, in all honesty, there's no improvement in Wilder. And also, Malik Scott got him at an age where he's been fighting this way for so long. What do you think you're going to do different? But every time Malik Scott comes out and talk about how deadly Wilder's looking and this is his best fight weight, you're going to see something special. And he always comes out and say this shit. And what improvements have you seen in Wilder? So for the people that consider improvements, him hitting these little foam sticks, like I always tell you, and sitting there hopping up and down those little chicken legs, right? If you consider that improvement, make it make sense. How come it doesn't work in the fucking ring? And how come in the ring he just does the same shit? So pretty much he got in this ring and lost the fight because he was defeated. First he was defeated by a costume, a 40-pound costume. Now he was defeated by some fucking air. Yeah, some cold air. He got beat by a cryo chamber this time. And some electricity. Okay. It's never the opponent. It's always he's a victim of circumstance. So I knew these excuses were going to come out. They were already coming out. But I said, wow. So, now you got the costume and the cryo chamber. I'm just wondering how many people are going to make fun of his ass now for this stupid ass comment that I don't care what Shelly Finkle said. He's the one said it. But there's things you don't even want people to talk about. Like, for example, did y'all notice JD's was still in the mix with him? When the last time we saw JD's? Right? Yeah, JD's still there. So, I mean, you know what it's like? It's like this, right? You got that chick that like you, but she don't know how to tell you. So she'll compliment you and say things about you to somebody that she talk to you because she figured they gonna go over there and say, oh, guess who like you? She was saying this and that about you and this and that. Yeah, that's the purpose of her saying that stuff, so it can get back to you. So now you aware, oh, I got my eyes on you, but I just don't know how to say it. I don't know if you feel the same way. So yeah, that's all that is. And this, to me, that's what that was. Just think about it, y'all. It's like when a fighter gets, pops dirty. And then all of a sudden, we come to find out that all parties involved knew a week ahead of time, 3 weeks ahead of time, whatever it was, that this fighter popped dirty and failed their A and B samples, but they still let the fight go on. And what's the first thing we say? Well, damn, if they knew that, why did they let a dirty fighter go in and proceed to fight, right? Because everybody was aware. So that's my point. What would be the reason that you feel like going to Frank Warren saying Deontay's having some pre-fight issues, he's not feeling right? What was he, nauseous? Was he getting headache? What was going on? Huh? But somehow his ability to throw punches back just wasn't there. No, he was trying to throw punches back, and he was trying to throw them, but look. That windmill shit, that wild swinging like a girl, falling back, swinging like a deer, that, you telling me that was because of a fucking cryo chamber? Okay. No, when you fight weak opposition and you get a bunch of knockouts, people start to believe the hype and don't understand. It's different when you step up to elite guys. And instead of people just understanding, look, man, you fought a guy that actually can box, far more skilled than Wilder, and basically went in there and did what he was supposed to do. Now, instead of people saying that, no, they're looking for excuses. And guess what's funny? Frank Warren himself actually said in that article, there's always going to be an excuse. Yeah, that's what Frank Warren said. So, my point, why would Shelly Finkle feel the need to go and say that? Yeah, to me, I think the more they look at Wilder training, they look at him backstage, and why I'm tying that into it is because if you see the same video, yeah, I seen it when it happened, and I always remember looking at it, but just to be remembering that, what I'm saying, they probably have all that pre-fight shit on YouTube or something that you could type in and look at, type it up and look into it or something, because if you see what I'm talking about, or if you've seen the fight, you see exactly what I mean. He looked terrible. His footwork, all that. But again, when I see him in the ring with Malik Scott, he looks awful. But if you read the comments, yo, Champ is improving. You can see the improvements. Champ looked like a whole different fighter, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, what kind of crack are y'all smoking, man? Because if we sit there looking at the same video and I'm not impressed at all, and I see the same old fucking Wilder, somehow y'all see something that I don't see. Okay. Well, you're backstage and you're looking at what's going on. You see this, and mind you, in the article it says backstage is when Frank Warren was told this by Shelly Finkle. So, yeah. What's the purpose? Man, there's a good chance that Wilder's going to lose this fight. Let me put the excuse out there already, because there's a lot of money on the table. Saudi has offered him a lot of money, and they want to get him on the next card as well. But, man, I'm looking at this guy, and he looks like shit. So at least now, if he loses, well, Joshua won't be next if Joshua wins his fight. But at least he might be able to get back on another card in Saudi. You heard what Frank Warren said. These guys that want to get back on this card have to win, right? On the next card, so everybody know what's at stake. So, that being said, worst case scenario is AJ win and we lose. Best case scenario is if we win and AJ lose. Now, if we really want the AJ fight, the best case scenario is that we both win. But at least if we win and AJ, if he loses, well, we go forward. Regardless, we go forward. And the fact that he fought before AJ, well, we already know him and AJ isn't next, right? Now, unless AJ lose, now it's a redemption fight, like I said before. So my point is, in his thinking, what would make Shelly Finkle go to Frank Warren just to let him know Wilder has pre-fight issues? He's not looking good or whatever. Yeah. And when you see him back there shadow boxing, and I mean that sloppy, non-existent footwork and everything, Malik Scott standing right there looking. I had that cringe feeling when I was watching it, like, man, because it's like amazing that this guy been boxing this long and looked that awful. And that wasn't just Saturday night. That's every time I see him training. The only thing, like, for example, when you see him hitting the mitts, right? I keep telling you guys, you're just running drills. That's all. You see him throwing punches and people tell me, oh my God, the power. Yo, he's the hardest puncher. Okay. Like Bruce Lee said, boards don't hit back. So you hitting the bag, you're hitting mitts, you're punching the devices and all that. Okay, fine. See it where all that guy him Saturday night? So, yeah. Again, no class to just say, man, look, the better man won. I just got to go back to the drawing board and do better. Simple. I don't know what happened. I don't, and I talk about missing my babies and all. Yeah. Trying to connect with the fans to make them feel something for him. Okay, that's all good, man. Go see your daughter, spend time with your family, have a beautiful Christmas. You still got your ass kicked, though. Yeah, wish you nothing but the best in the future, but you still got your ass kicked. Simple. Cryo chamber my ass. They're crying like some little bitches now. That's the point. That's the problem. They're crying. I don't want to hear nothing about no cryo chamber. I don't want to hear none of that ring rust bullshit. I don't want to hear nothing. Nobody makes him stay out the ring as long as he does. And like I said, Jamal Charlo was out the ring for fucking 2 years and came back and looked like he didn't lose a fucking step. So I don't want to hear nothing about his ring rust. And Jamal Charlo, aside from the fact that him and Jose don't like each other, You know, he was relaxing, calm. You know, they don't like each other. But you know, all of this, you know, Dr. Sleep gonna do this, and I'm that's what I do. I got the NyQuil in my hand, all that in my right hand, all that shit. Yeah, right, yeah, sounds cute. For everything that was said leading up to this fight, it's best to just be humble, especially if you know something is not right. But here we go, Mr. I have a strong mind, strong mentality. AJ has a weak mind. Okay. You're so strong-minded that you can't just take a loss. And even though Shelly Finkle said it, I put the blame on Finkle for saying it, but also Wilder for the simple fact that even in his mouth, don't come talk about no, you don't. Look, here's the deal. When you're asked questions like, do you feel like you still have your fire, your hunger, and this and that? Hey, listen, man, look, I'm in the ring. I wouldn't cheat the people like that. I came, I did what I could tonight. It wasn't enough. I just got to do better. Joseph Parker won the fight. How about that? How about that? You saw AJ have a meltdown. Threw the belts out the ring, frustrated. I'm working my ass off and I just can't. What the fuck? What's going on? That's what you saw. You didn't hear AJ make not one excuse. And the frustration that he felt, even when he lost the first fight, and he was saying that, you know, you gotta talk to my team about that. They the ones came up with the game plan. It's like, nah. Remember, I was one of the people saying, AJ, you gotta carry the game plan out. And if you don't feel comfortable, man, fuck that. You're the fighter. It's not about ask your team. Yeah, you can say ask the team. Here's the thing though. Your cornerman is telling you what to do. You just wasn't listening. He was telling you what to do. So even if you have whatever your game plan is, you got to make adjustments in that ring. And I believe now, after you seen what AJ did, he's starting to get it. You know, you have to be that technician in there. You have to understand what to do. You have to know how to troubleshoot in that ring. It's not you and your cornerman in the ring. It's just you, your opponent, and the ref. You know, you have to go in there and produce. Simple. So all these excuses about a fucking cryo chamber, it's just crazy how when it comes to Wilder, it's always some weird, not even just an excuse, but a weird ass excuse or excuses. So here you are, a grown ass 38-year-old man, and I know when you go to spas and shit like that, there's instructions. Okay, you're a fighter. Get your skinny ass in for 4 minutes and get the fuck back out. How long did you stay in this damn thing? That's your fault. People putting cream on their hands to rub into their dog, that's their fault. People eating 30 eggs and taking fertility drugs, that's your fault. Not your opponent's. So, I'm going to sum this up by saying, plain and simple, Joseph Parker came there like a professional, focused on winning, and basically, he whooped that ass the way he was supposed to, good and proper. No questions, no doubt. No split decision, close decision. It was a whitewash, 12 straight rounds. Also, you know, for people that's trying to take, you know, credit away from Parker by saying stupid shit like, but, you know, in a way, it's kind of like you can say Tyson Fury's beaten Wilder 4 times because he gave him the knowledge. Okay, fuck that. Yeah. Fury helped him with his game plan, gave him his knowledge and his experience in it with Wilder. I'm pretty sure they studied film and all that. Parker still had to go in there and deliver. Same way, okay, Wilder could stand back and watch Parker's fights and study what he does. So big deal. Wilder can study what he did against against Fury. The difference is Wilder doesn't know how to make adjustments. So he just be looking at how he got his ass beat the fuck up, not having a clue as to what he's going to do to correct that if they was to fight again. So, yeah, I mean, and I'm going to say that I think this is nothing but more than a sleazy-ass, low-down attempt to try to make that excuse. So, yeah, even before the fight, you know, Shelly Finkle, he told me that Wilder wasn't right, you know, that he was having some pre-fight issues. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. That's his problem. Ain't nobody make him wear that fucking heavy ass costume with them little chicken ass legs. The fact for you to be a so-called warrior, you like imitating their clothing and wanting to be seen as some warrior, and you talking about guys who wore armor, carried spears and shields and did all that kind of shit, and you trying to imitate them, and you can't handle a 40 fucking pound outfit. Now all of a sudden you got defeated by a fucking machine. A fucking ice machine. You got defeated by a fucking ice machine, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop it. No. Joseph Parker whooped your ass. Simple. Tyson Fury whooped your ass. Simple. Stop the excuses. Stop the crying. Stop the bullshit. In fact, you know what's so crazy? And like I said, until AJ gets in there and put on a stunning, dominating performance, you're going to constantly hear he's not been the same since he lost to Ruiz. He's not. So he has to go and do what he has to do to correct those wrongs and improve, to get back in top form. And it looked like he's back on track for doing that. He's there. You understand what I'm saying? It looked like he's there. Now, that being said, if AJ had a loss, let's say AJ put that same performance on and then said, well, I was in the cryo machine, or Eddie Hearn decide he's going to go to Frank Warren and say, hey, yeah, man, just so you know, AJ was in the cryo machine for too long, and he's not looking right backstage. Y'all be saying the same shit I'm saying. Oh, now they making the excuses because he knew that he was going to get his ass whooped. Bottom line, and that's what I'm going with, they didn't like what they saw backstage, and it's like, damn, this dude look like shit. And if you guys didn't see it, I'm telling you, just type in the search. I saw it when it happened live, but type in the search or whatever, because like I said, they be having these little backstage segments on YouTube and stuff like that. And if they do, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Like Wilder's pre-fight warm-up backstage against Joseph Parker or something like that. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. He looked like shit, but he always looked like shit when he trains. He looks like shit when he fights. He just lands the right hand. So yeah, that's the machine in the thumbnail for y'all that never seen one. He got beat by a fucking vending machine. you go, you know how when you're in the hotel, you go get the ice from the vending machine, go down the hallway into the hall and get the vending machine, the ice. That's what they look like, big ass refrigerators. The motherfucker got beat by a vending machine. Yeah, some warrior you are, man. Shit, I know. I listen. You talk about my ancestors and his warriors and they gladiators. I'm sure they wherever they are, they looking at you like this. Sorry, motherfucker, you cannot represent us. You are not a warrior. You got beat by a vending machine. Motherfucker got beat by an ice machine, a costume and an ice machine. Goddamn, ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? So Fury, you get no credit for beating him, man. His costume beat him. You did nothing. Joseph Parker, you get no credit for beating Deontay Wilder. Okay? A vending machine beat his ass. You did nothing. You just got the scraps left. If it wasn't for the vending machine, he'd have fucked you up, Joe. If it wasn't for that 40-pound costume, on Fury, he would have fucked you up. Hey, listen, man. Y'all Wilder fans, stop having a bad Christmas over there crying over this, man. Get over it. It's just a fight. He lost. That's it. Y'all got to grow up, man. I don't give a fuck if you have a bad Christmas or not. That's your business. I'm just saying. Because you motherfuckers have been on this fucking shit since 7:30 this morning, jumping on people's channels, making comments, arguing with people about a grown-ass man. I'm chilling, relaxing, man. I got some wonderful presents, too, man. I should have brought them out here with me. Show y'all what I got. Yeah, right. But listen, y'all. That's the latest right now. And it's Christmas. I'm chilling. Go back here, so I'm probably gonna be off and on. As y'all can see, I went in the videos. I responded to. I think I got everybody. I think I responded to every comment that was made. Whatever. Like I told you, man. I be so busy during the work week that, But yeah, So I got a little time off now, and I'm gonna try to get on this every day. And when I get back to work, the same thing. Just I'm gonna try. But yeah, man. You know what? This kind of stuff right here, man, is embarrassing. Boxing doesn't need this. Wilder doesn't need that. Wilder, you should be better than that, man. You should tell Finkle, man, look, stop opening your mouth about nonsense, man. You know, Wilder, we already know. He'd rather somebody think he didn't lose fair and square, that he was cheated, something went wrong, something wasn't right. So between the vending machine whooping his ass and him not sure if he still has his hunger or not, and all this other bullshit, it changes nothing. Joseph Parker, salute to you. You tore that ass up like you were supposed to. I'm just saying. That's all I got for y'all, people. Enjoy y'all Christmas. Like I said, I might jump back on here and do some more because I'm sitting here just having fun going through these things. And we'll see. Talk to me in the comment section. What do y'all think about Deontay Wilder's promoter, co-promoter or whatever, Shelly Finkle, making the comment that he got defeated by a vending machine before he went out to the ring and he had pre-fight issues? Talk to me in the comment section, y'all. I hope y'all enjoying y'all Christmas. Talk to me about whatever. What y'all doing for Christmas, man? What y'all got going on? Whatever. I'm having fun right now. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.